When the fifth generation of consoles began, a huge number of genres were redefined literally overnight. This was due to the fact that the new machines had the ability to move around three-dimensional polygons smoothly, so not only could the cutting-edge arcade games using them come home, but so could a treasure trove of new and original content. In the early days of the Sony PlayStation, one such game was Wipeout by Psygnosis. This futuristic hovercraft racer brought to the table roller coaster style track designs, weapons to defeat your enemies, and incredibly smooth gameplay. It was easily one of the better looking games upon its release, and one of the reasons why Sony's new console was making such big waves with consumers and the media alike. When the Saturn version was released 6 months later, it had the gameplay, but took a noticeable hit in the visuals. The frame rate was lower, the transparencies were lost, and the textures quite a bit rougher. And that was the console legacy of that game for the last 30 years. The PlayStation was generally accepted as the best way to play it. That is until now. Thanks to a homebrew programmer by the name of JN Martin 84, Wipeout is now available on the Sega Dreamcast in all its anti-gravity glory. In what appears to be a port using the original code of the ATI PC edition, you have never seen a console run Wipeout this smoothly before. Let's have a look. Before we get into how good this looks and sounds, let's go over some modes and features. If you drop into the options, you are met with some settings to consider. You can set the controls however you want, you can adjust texture filtering, you can show the frames per second the game is currently running at, and you can adjust the size of the heads-up display. In addition to these settings, there is also a bonus menu that allows you to unlock the Fast or Rapier class and the extra track right from the beginning. From there, you get the traditional Wipeout experience. You can choose a championship race where you get points for your wins, a single race where you battle the AI for first place, and the bare bones time trial, which is just you on the track racing for the best time. Moving on to the music, we have one of this game's most defining attributes. It's easily among the best racing music of that generation, and it's all here for your enjoyment. It's copyrighted and heavily protected, so unfortunately, I can't blast it here. Playing the newest version of this, I was really impressed with the feel. The ship is spot on responsive and the air brakes give you a nice bit of control in those extreme corners. The weapon system is of course here in all its glory. Missiles, mines, and shields that give you that extra edge to take home the trophy. Weapon pads are scattered around the track to pick them up. Also returning is the irritating AI ships that love to get in your way and mess up your best times. You have a number of different teams to choose from, and their vehicles offer up varying performance statistics. Some have great top speed, some have nasty acceleration, and some turn on a dime. When you first play Wipeout, you tend to oversteer frequently, but don't fret. A few races in and you'll start to really get a feel for it. Of course, the Dreamcast version has an incredibly smooth frame rate, which doesn't hurt it one bit. By now you have certainly noticed the best reason to play this new Dreamcast version, the visuals. Take in just how improved this is over the previous console releases. Wipeout was always a good looking game in the 5th generation, but the Dreamcast elevates this experience well above what you remember. Playing this, you are getting a 640 by 480 60 frames per second joyride, and the results speak for themselves. If you are a fan of this game, I can't recommend it enough just based on the visuals and performance. Don't get me wrong, gameplay is important here, but Wipeout's presentation was always its strong point. If you have any interest in this project, I'll drop a link in the description so you can go pick it up. Keep in mind that this is not finished and does still have some bugs and features to be ironed out. You can play it on an ODE, a burned CD, or an emulator. In case you may not know, the person responsible for this also did the Doom 64 port to the Dreamcast, and I'll throw a link to that project in the description as well. What really excites me about stuff like this is that we are starting to see major advances in 3D polygon ports and original content to the Dreamcast. For the longest time, it seemed all we could get was two-dimensional shooters and a pile of emulation, but we finally are getting past that and seeing things branch out a bit. With games like this, Grand Theft Auto 3, and the advancement of available development tools, the future may hold some big surprises. I'm Sega X. Thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you next time.